How do you feel about whining? Do you whine in public? Perhaps in a fete? How do you feel about your whining skill? For instance, if a class was available, would you take it? Or do you find this movement vulgar?
The Western eye, that Western gaze, or this world tends to see anything that we as Black people do as vulgar, but really it's a sacred dancing.
Colette Elwa is a dancer educator who is currently studying the movement of the spine and pelvis in Haitian dance for her PhD. This involves a lot of research into the Congo cosmology. She says the movement of the spine and the pelvis is part of our African heritage, and it was rebranded as disgusting or an overtly sexual act in the New World. But within Congo culture, which is where most of our whining is believed to have originated, no part of the body is unclean or private.
The body in our own um, understanding of the world and our cosmologies, the pelvis is one of the most sacred parts of the body. So when you wind it, it's giving so many statements about fertility, about lineage. So no, it's not vulgar.
Dancer and lecturer Latanya D. Tigner's response to those types of comments is to shift the conversation by discussing history.
To be honest, if we didn't move that part of the body, none of us would be here in the first place. So, we wouldn't be here. So it's to be held as sacred, and life passes through. It's created and passes through that area, and we hold our past, present, and future in that space.
This Saturday, both women will be lecturing at the Back to the Root conference, an online discussing of African and diaspora dances. De Tigner is a co-founder of the festival. Local dancer academic Sonia Dumas will also be presenting her lecture, Hip as a Weapon, which will be accompanied by a whining class. Dumas believes that in the Caribbean, whining is our weapon against subjugation. For Elwa, it's also a form of healing.
When we wind, it's an activation of that awareness to the world. It's a way to raise vibration.
Those vibrations connect us to each other and they are sustaining, which is why many of these hip-centric dances are ever evolving throughout the world. To take part in the conference, you can log on to eventbrite.com and search for the Back to the Root class series. Happy whining. Soini Gray, CNC3 News.